So I know Charles was saying, even if you weren't, if you weren't, I can't think of the word right now. It's getting kind of late. Skeptical. If you weren't skeptical in the beginning, if you didn't have the money, whatever, say you were. However, at least know a story of somebody else that was. Have the stories for empathy. Be like, you know what? One of my best buddies felt the exact, me personally, it just clicked in my head. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, it just clicked. However, I had one of my buddies who felt the exact same way as you. Now he's making a 6-figure income in this company. But you know what? He felt the exact same way. He was working at Taco Bell. He was working at Taco Bell just trying to get by. He had no way of, having $500 to start up his own small business. He thought that was a fortune. And he was lucky to be able to make that kind of money. But what he actually found out is yada, yada, yada. Okay, stories, feel, felt, found is the key concept. So if you guys remember anything out of this, remember feel, felt, found. If they have a limiting belief in the actual industry, network marketing. Okay? Because if they might say, is this MLM? Is this a pyramid scheme? Is this etc.? One of those things. Alright? Usually it's because they already know somebody that was unsuccessful in this industry. Usually it's because they knew of somebody that was unsuccessful or because they had actually done it themselves. Alright? They have emotion. Alright? If they have emotion towards that, like saying, is this one of those things, one of those yada yada yada, and they actually express emotion, what he says, his key question, you can use this, from the professional standpoint or not. Like, wait a minute, were you involved in network marketing? He asked that question. He's like, what happened? And then he's like, if they say, it didn't work for me, like, yada, 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 yada. And then what if you're like, then he asked this question. What do you think was the reason? Why don't you think you were successful in that company? Do you think you actually gave it a fair shot? Do you think it was network marketing, or do you think just the timing wasn't right for you? Pyramid schemes are illegal. I would never be involved in something like that because, I don't get involved in illegal things. You can kind of give a little bit of the, some of the credibility behind the company, but don't be defensive, don't be offensive, feel, felt, found each and every single time. If they said they had been involved in companies like this before, or they know somebody else who was, be like, honestly, you might have known your buddy, Melky. Maybe you have a buddy named Melky. And,
Melky?
He was unsuccessful. Be like, okay, well, do you really think that he took it seriously and put in the time necessary and maybe educated himself and got really plugged in? Or do you think that he just, bought his product, got involved and kind of sat back and didn't really do a whole lot? Emphasize with them. Get a better understanding. Educate them. All right? So, a lot of times, I've heard this a couple times. People are like, I don't want to be a salesperson. I'm not into sales. I don't want to bother my friends. All word of mouth advertisers do is they bother their friends over and over and over again. Your question with them is, if you truly believed in the product, if you really understood this product was changing people's lives, and you truly understood that, wouldn't you want to share it? Something simple like that. Okay, not just, we're not salespeople. Everything is sales. A football coach is sales. So-and-so is sales. Everything's sales. We don't have the title of sales. Like, I used to do that.
I've done that before.
Yeah, don't do that. All right, do not do that.
So how we got that.
And then, one of the last things here, where I was just kind of wrapping up, if I actually helped you express this without bothering your friends, would you be open to hearing it out? If I showed you a way where you didn't have to feel like you're bothering your friends, would you be open to hearing it out? Who wouldn't? I don't want to bother my friends. I really don't. I feel like this is a blessing. I know this is a blessing. But everybody doesn't know that. All right, everybody doesn't know that, so that's why you need to empathize with them. Another thing, too, right off the rip, almost every time they ask this question, how much are you making? All right, they're going to ask you, how much are you making? We can let them know. If you're already someone like Luke Kessler, that's the best question they could ever ask you. All right, but we don't have Luke Kessler on this phone call right now. So what you need to let them know is like, I'm just getting started. I'm really excited because, these guys who are very successful, who actually know what they're doing, they're showing me how to make an extra $2,000 a month part-time by the end of the summer. Talk about where you're going. Like Luke said, don't talk about, what you see in the mirror. Look about what you see in the future. Live in the future. Where are you going? People don't care about where you are, where you've been, yada yada. They care about where you're going. Because that's what's in it for them. The WIIFM, as Hold Bugs like to say, what's in it for me. And last but not least, tell your story, tell other stories. If you're not quite at that success, that rank yet, tell somebody else's story. Like, I'm just getting started. I'm really excited because, my buddy, Luke Hessler, my buddy Charles Ashton, my buddy David Cole, like, they have done it. Build that belief, like, this really is working. And if you've been in this for a while, then you should be like, you know what, honestly, I hadn't, up until this point, I have not done what it takes. I have not done what it takes to really be successful in this company. I've been involved in this company, but I found out is it doesn't matter if you're just involved. You have to actually put in the work necessary. So now I am making that decision to take those actions. And I wouldn't bet against me. Okay, you don't have to quite say that. It's a little coming off strong. But have that attitude, though. Because at the end of the day, the goal is education and understanding. Then it goes on to disc 3. But I really want to cover that. Covering of the objections, covering stuff like that. The key concept is feel, felt, found. And the main things with the follow-up is doing what you said you would do. The only reason for exposure is the next exposure. It's going to take 4 to 6 of them, and you need to condense them. That's it. And now we got 4 people on the call. Hopefully I didn't feel people too many times. Felt found them too many times. I said that quite a bit, that call. But all right, that's honestly all I have. So Nate, Mackay, I know Charles, you and I both have been kind of talking quite a bit. I want you guys, honestly, probably stepping up the most out of, well, Kevin Wacker's really stepping up too. Tommy Jean is, he has a lot of prospects, but you guys, anyways, needless to say, are definitely stepping up. You're getting on these calls. You're improving a ton. But what can I help you now? All right, obviously, I think we all still need help on the invite. Like, I know we've gone over it.
Yep.
But, don't let, the fact that we've been doing this over and over again make it think that we're professionals because
the fact that you think you got it, you don't.
Yeah, exactly. Perfection is the myth. Progress is the goal. But is there anything else that you guys kind of wanted to cover, based on what we talked about tonight? Or just kind of fill us in what you guys got going on? I saw a couple extra custos coming through the door today. And Mackay was up there. You're loving that hot market invite. But
yeah, man.
What's good, boys?
With me, I don't know. Like, I think I'm improving on what my issue was. Like I said last night, like I wasn't really like hitting up people the right way. I think I was trying to be like way too laid back about it. And I know sometimes I'm like an overbearing person. So I think since I actually like step back and look at the book or look at the Vima Bible and GoPro and, and actually had these Oovoo calls and looked at that freaking Sarver video, dude,
Yeah.
I just did it. You know what? The main thing that it really is that I just did it. And I motivated Nate, and they motivated me from me motivating him. Because, dude, if I never told Nate to just do it, then he did it, got 3 custos that quick, and then I'm like, oh, what the hell? Why didn't I do it then? And then we sat in front of each other and started, making moves, and boom, it just happened. Now, I went from having like 1, 2 customers last month, and now I already have 6 customers this month.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean,
leading by example.
Yeah, so, I mean, 6, to me, I never say just anything because it's progress. But 6 will turn into 60, and 60 will turn into 300, dude. So, it's baby steps, but I'm trying to make these be baby, let's see, T-Rex steps, you know what I mean? Some boom, boom, boom. That's what I'm trying to get on.
Baby
Not with
leaf.
the short
There you
arms
go.
though. I need my Vima.
I can't drink my Vima.
What's wrong now?
Bro, I heard that if you start taking the 2-ounce liquid formula every day, you can grow back teeth.
I need it.
That I didn't get the reaction I was expecting on that one.
I thought you were serious. I was like, what the fuck?
Calcium. No. But okay, for sure, boys. So,
What about you, Nate?
You were talking about, all right. So, yes. Makai, you were talking about you.
I am.
What do you say?
I'm just excited, really, like for the next couple days, especially to start getting people